Dear Grace, another day, another hack spirit article. Seems to be my bread and butter, at least for me. No idea what you like. However, ten signs your mind is sharper than the average person according to psychology. Let's see today, Grace. Only caffeine, no nicotine. And fresh air. And noise. We might get the ultimate applause break today, Grace. The garbage truck. Beep, beep, beep. Alright, Lachlan. What are your 10 signs your mind is sharper than the average person according to psychology? Psychology tells us there are clear indicators that your mind may be sharper than the average person's. Do you often find yourself noticing details others miss, or solving problems faster than those around you? These could be signs that your brain operates on a higher level. In this piece, we'll explore 10 signs that you're sharper than the average Joe. Let's get started. Or you've surrounded yourself with idiots. Number 1. Trained seem to agree. I don't know if that's a CN train or CP train, or we still have 2 train networks in Canada that Grace. Pretty sure we still have CN. I don't know if CP is still around. Who the fuck knows? Who cares? Are you a quick thinker, Grace? Number 1. In this fast-paced world we live in, the ability to think on your feet is a clear sign of a sharp mind. Psychology study shows that those with sharper minds can process information faster and make rapid decisions. It's not just about speed, but also the quality of those quick-fire decisions. If you often find yourself being the first to come up with solutions or respond in conversations, you're likely operating at a higher cognitive level. It's not about being impulsive, but having the mental agility to assess situations rapidly and respond effectively. This is a key sign that you're sharper than the average person. You're curious about everything. Curiosity, they say, is a sign of intelligence, and I can vouch for this from personal experience. You relish complexity. I'll tell you what, Grace, if you like complexity, I've got lots for you. And if you like relish, spicy relish. A sharp mind doesn't shy with Maybe I should just get my teeth removed, Grace. Start with a set of dentures, and then maybe I'll be able to talk. Do you relish complexity, Grace? A sharp mind doesn't shy away from complexity, it thrives on it. If you're someone who enjoys tackling complex problems or diving deep into intricate concepts, this could be a sign of above-average activity. In fact, Einstein once said, one should not pursue goals that are easily achieved. One must develop an instinct for what one can just barely achieve through one's greatest efforts. That's not a great quote there, Albert. I think you gotta tighten that up a bit. If you're a comedian, that joke wouldn't have landed. Just saying. Luckily you aren't, or weren't. Number 4, you're adaptable. Life is full of changes and unexpected turns. If you can find that you're able to adapt and adjust to these changes easily, it's a sign of a sharp mind. You have good intuition. Good intuition. You have good intuition. Good intuition is often a sign of a sharp mind. It's the ability to understand something immediately without the need for conscious reasoning. If you often find yourself making accurate predictions or have a gut feeling about things that turn out to be correct, you might have a sharper than most mind. Or a sharper mind than most. This intuitive thinking suggests that your brain is processing information at a subconscious level. Yeah, no shit. Sure, all of our brains process at a subconscious level. Which one day we'll fucking figure out. You're empathetic. Empathy might not be the first trait that comes to mind when thinking of a sharp intellect, but it's a significant one. You embrace mistakes, goddamn rights. That's why I don't worry about audio quality. It's not a mistake. It's what it is. Someone only listens to this because the audio quality, they don't understand. Grace. I could probably snort a little less, but it's first thing in the morning. This is how I sound first thing in the morning, so get used to it, Grace. Embrace it. Get it? Embrace it. Ha ha. Embrace me. Ha ha. You embrace mistakes, Grace. I've always believed that mistakes aren't failures, but opportunities to learn and grow. I'll admit, it took me a while to get to this point. There were times when I was hard on myself for messing up, but over time I realized that the more mistakes I made, the more I learned. You enjoy solitude. Not really. Well, being social has its perks. If you find peace and satisfaction spending time alone, it might just be the sign of a sharp mind. You're a keen observer. Observation is a powerful tool for those with sharp minds. You find yourself often noticing details that others miss. It's a clear sign of your mental activity. I wonder if I'm brainwashing myself by reading all these, Grace. I don't think so. I'm still an asshole. Number 10, you love learning. The most telling sign of a sharp mind is an enduring love for learning. If you're someone who is constantly seeking new knowledge, exploring new ideas, and challenging your own beliefs, it's a clear indication of your intellectual prowess. This lifelong desire to learn and grow speaks volumes about your cognitive abilities, shows an active and engaged mind that thrives on intellectual stimulation. Final thoughts. It's about growth. All right, Lachlan. You say so. All right. Maladaptive daydreaming. When we live in our imaginations. Sounds like me, Grace. Although to be fair, without imagination, it's a little hard to write. There's 3 simple ways to make meaningful, lifelong connections. Did we do this one yesterday? Tired of shallow friendships? I just want to make one with purpose and meaning. I guess anyone listening to this would know what they're getting into. I was their friend. Maybe not. Maladaptive daydreaming. When we live in our imaginations, retreating into one's fantasies is a maladaptive behavior. Maladaptive daydreamers spend too much time of the day, too much of their time fantasizing. Reality never lives up to fantasy, so maladaptive daydreamers frequently retreat from it. Only comparing your life to ideal leaves you feeling frustrated and unhappy. Because we're bad at predicting happiness, it'd be worth trying something you think you won't enjoy. What do you think, Grace? Finally, something for the introverts. 10 job skills introverts have that give them an advantage. If I never said another word, would you watch to the end, Grace, or not? I really need to dump this stuff into ChatGPT or the AI. It's getting sick and tired of working in my room. If I take the laptop to the library, I think it'd probably break. Maybe not. We'll work on it, Grace. First, let's deal with these 10 job skills introverts have that give them an advantage. Yay. Active listening. True, very true. Introverts would rather listen than talk, normally, because they're too busy doing analytical thinking to talk. Independent work, attention to detail. Sounds like a good employee. Written communication. What a concept. Someone that can actually communicate by writing with words instead of small talk. Creativity, empathy, observational skills, calmness under pressure, thoughtful leadership. Yet it's still considered a fucking disability by extroverts. Because they just can't get their shit together. All about them. Extroverts, not introverts. Which is the irony, Grace. Because you think the introvert would be all about themselves. The in. But it's not. The process of putting yourself first. 7 daily habits that keep the mind young and sharp. Alright. These Times of India, hopefully they have it the same way they did before. Maybe not. I like their little slideshow thing, but how do you keep your mind sharp with basic daily habits? Like reading out loud for an hour every morning until you wake the fuck up and realize you got shit to do that day. After I'm done this, Grace, I'm gonna have a shower, get my shit together, and keep writing a comedy cult. Sorry, I can check something out, Grace. Sorry, I'm just going for a little walk. Alright, sorry for the delay, Grace. Just had a thought. Trying to be able to work outside. On the laptop instead of the phone. We'll see. Alright. I don't like the layout. Hat Spirit's much better visually. When your coworker takes advantage of your good nature. Oh, I hate when that happens, Grace. It's just horrible. If you want to feel happy in life but feel stuck, say goodbye to these 9 habits. Alright. I do want to be happy in life, but I do feel stuck. So I'm going to say goodbye to these 9 habits. By Justin Brown. Alright. We all strive for happiness, yet sometimes it feels as though we're stuck in a loop of discontent. The truth is, our own habits could be the very thing holding us back from experience, joy, and fulfillment. Number 1, overthinking everything. We all have a tendency to overthink things from time to time. However, when it comes to a habitual way of dealing with life's challenges, it can seriously hinder our happiness and sense of peace. Overthinking can lead to analysis paralysis. I like that. Analysis paralysis, Grace. If I just say that 10 times a day, maybe I'll just say that for an hour. And that'll be this entire episode. Analysis paralysis, Grace, where we become so wrapped up in considering all possible outcomes that we end up unable to take action. I don't really want to do this anymore. Grace. So we can get to 30 minutes. Living in the past or future. At some point, who has experienced the weight of past regrets and future anxieties? I can attest to how these can rob us of our present happiness. Holding on to toxic relationships. One of the most detrimental habits that can keep us stuck and unhappy is holding on to toxic relationships. These relationships drain us emotionally, physically, and mentally, leaving us feeling depleted rather than fulfilled. This relationship toxic, Grace? If it doesn't exist, it can't be toxic, is my logic. But then again, who the fuck am I? Number 4, neglecting self-care. In our fast-paced, always-on society, it's all too easy to neglect self-care. We push ourselves to the brink, forsaking rest and relaxation in the name of productivity and success. But this is a path that leads to burnout, not happiness. Couldn't agree more. Avoiding challenges and discomfort. Many of us tend to shy away video AI could probably edit this down into a decent little podcast, increase the audio, get rid of the background noise and all the pauses, get rid of all the words I can't say. Then it sound always so professional. What's the point, Grace? Avoiding challenges and discomfort, did that one. Chasing perfection, comparing yourself to others, ignoring your passions, neglecting your community, embracing authentic happiness. Daycares in Finland grew forests and it changed kids' immune systems. I guarantee you they don't have enough data to confirm that. The surprising science of plant behavior. We've known for a while, but what difference does it make? Nobody really seems to care. Can't take advantage of it. Personal perspective, nurturing your relationship is key. Scientists reveal how to take a punch from a mantis shrimp. GPT-4 autonomously hacks zero-day security flaws with 53% success rate. Nice. It's hard to have compassion. Can interventions change violent men's behavior? 10 were signs you're admired by people, even if they don't say it, according to psychology. Let's see, Grace. Let's see if I'm highly admired by people, even if they don't say it, according to psychology and Lachlan Brown. It's interesting how admiration can be a silent affair. People might not always vocalize their respect for you, but their actions often speak volumes. Psychology tells us that there are subtle signs that indicate when someone highly admires you, even if they don't explicitly say it. Unsolicited praise. Nope, don't get any of that. They seek your advice. Nope. They mimic your behavior. Nope. They value your time. Nope. They trust you with personal matters. Nope. They stand up for you. I wouldn't know. They celebrate your successes. Wouldn't know. They challenge you. Nope. They remember small details about you. What difference does that make, Grace? They include you in their future. When someone includes you in their future plans, it's a powerful sign of their admiration. Are you in your future plans, Grace? Or is this just a waste of fucking time? It's starting to feel like a waste of fucking time. Grace. Well, this sounds like me too. 7 Habits of Unsuccessful People Who Are Always Playing Catch Up in Life. By Ethan Sterling. Another AI bot. They're really writing if you're following a formula, Grace. I realize these are reasonable little articles, but I'm just saying. AI could pump this shit out. Really could. I'm not saying it is, but I'm not just rambling, Grace. Because I don't want to read. I don't want to read, don't want to talk, don't want to fucking do a single fucking thing. Because I'm procrastinating. Because it's my best friend. Procrastination is your best friend. Is their best friend. Can I be part of these? 7 Habits of Unsuccessful People Who Are Always Playing Catch Up. Well, that first one's kind of obvious. Procrastination is their best friend. They're always blaming others. Jerks. They avoid risks. That's everyone on this fucking planet. They don't set clear goals. And they dwell on their past mistakes. And they neglect their health. And they don't believe in themselves. And final thoughts, it's about choice. It's all about their choice. So why do we give a fuck? Just saying, Grace. Chronic insomnia linked to ultra-processed food. Study finds, maybe that's my problem. South Africa could be the first country to provide universal basic income. 8 tiny mental habits that make you wiser than most. Ooh, new say, your tango. 8 tiny mental habits that make you wiser than most. Well. Having wisdom means you just get it. Wise people see things for what they are and cut through the noise. They are aligned with how things work at their core, and this is why people seek them out. But how do you nurture your wisdom? Here are 8 tiny mental habits that make you wiser than most. I like that they use the word tiny. You nurture continual curiosity. Sounds like me. Fantasy makes you uneasy. Can't be creative without fantasy. You never stop asking why. Why, Grace? Why is this taking so fucking long? You let go of unhelpful thoughts. Sure, maybe that's not a helpful thought, but too bad. See, I'm looking for real solutions, Grace. Number 5. And definitely I'm taking risks, Grace. Posting all this stuff on the internet just for you seems outrageous. You gather knowledge. I think we all do. They value what people do, not what they say. I've got a bit of a pronoun issue going here. What'd you think, Grace? Did you like that one? Your tango? The anatomy of public humiliation at work. How do you determine your true feelings about your intimate partner? Still in love with your partner? 3 questions to find out. Alright, let's find these 3 questions. Do you miss them? Yep. Do you enjoy their company? Can't really say. Do you see a future together? Yep. Probably enjoy their company. It would seem logical. Transforming love through continuous learning and mutual growth. Nah. Just go for love at first sight and dive in with both feet and see what the fuck happens. People who genuinely enjoy their retirement usually adopt these 10 powerful habits. Well, since I'm not enjoying my retirement, let's maybe see if this will help me, Grace. Because these are 10 powerful habits, not just 10 habits. Powerful. Like my breath. Powerful. And coffee laden. People who genuinely enjoy their retirement usually adopt these 10 powerful habits. Usually. How the hell would they know? Who did these surveys? Ooh, by Farley Ledgerwood. Alright, got a new guy. Grace. Retirement should be a time to enjoy life, not just endure it. Sadly, it's not the case for everyone. The secret is all about their habits. Those who relish their retirement have adopted powerful routines that make all the difference. Number 1, they embrace lifelong learning. It's obvious. Regular exercise is a game changer. Walking down the end of block count, Grace. Maintaining a strong social network. Nope. Develop a positive attitude. Why bother? Pursue a passion? Fuck that. Cherished family and loved ones? Seems like a lot of work. Make time for self-reflection. Way too much time for self-reflection. Embrace change? Whatever. Stay financially savvy. Yeah, I wish. Couldn't all my life. Why start now? Prioritize your health. Nah, I'm good. Retirement, a time of reinvention. That list sucked, Grace. Just say. Photons at the edge of physics unlock gravity's quantum secrets. Ooh. People with poor social skills often use these 8 phrases without realizing how they come across. I guarantee you, I use all of these without even looking. You ready, Grace? People with poor social skills often use these 8 phrases without realizing how they come across. By Liza Hartley. We all communicate differently, and sometimes we may not realize how our words are perceived by others. Having poor social skills often means unknowingly using phrases that can rub people the wrong way. These are phrases that may seem harmless to us, but can have a negative impact on others. In this article, I'll be sharing the 8 phrases commonly used by folks with poor social skills and how they might be perceived. Trust me, you'll want to avoid these if you're aiming for positive interactions. So, are you ready to learn and improve your social skills? Let's dive in. Number 1, you're too sensitive. Navigating social scenarios isn't everyone's cup of tea. For those struggling with social skills, unintentional blunders can often occur. That's not what I meant. Trust me, I've been there. In my younger years, I often found myself saying, that's not what I meant, when others misunderstood my intentions. The issue with this phrase is that it puts the blame on the other person for misunderstanding, rather than taking responsibility for unclear communication. It can make the other person feel as though they are at fault for not getting what you're trying to say. Fair enough. Agreed. How many times I've said agreed, Grace? Hope you're running this through AI. I don't care. Number 3. I don't care is a phrase that can be particularly damaging to relationships. It might seem like an easy way to avoid conflict, but it often comes across as dismissive or uninterested. What if the person doesn't really care? Whatever is one of those phrases that can easily slip out when we're feeling dismissive or uninterested. While it might seem like a quick way to end a conversation or disagreement, it can come across as disrespectful and apathetic, and a little sarcastic. I told you so. I loved that one as a kid. I told you so. The phrase I told you so can often sting more than we realize. While it might give us a momentary feeling of satisfaction, and leave the other person feeling belittled or foolish. In an earnest attempt to help someone, we may unintentionally use this phrase when their actions lead to a predicted outcome. When doing so, we risk damaging the trust and respect that are fundamental to any relationship. It's not my fault. If the phrase "it's not my fault" is one that I've struggled with in the past. It's a defensive reaction that can sometimes surface when we feel attacked or criticized. Number 7, that's just the way I am. It's just the way I am, Grace. You always, you never. You always, Grace, you never, Grace. This is what a fight's gonna sound like, Grace. You always, you never. You always, you never. Actually, I doubt it. Ooh. Discover a happier life with Buddhism. Buddhism's hidden secrets. Are you caught in a cycle of anxiety, confusion, frustration, searching for happiness but never really finding it? Yes, you're not alone. I'm Lachlan Brown. Blah, blah, blah. God, yes, get something in every single article. Read ChatGPT's take on Leopold. Ten things unsuccessful people do at the start of every day. All right, we don't want to be this, Grace, do we? Ten things unsuccessful people do at the start of every day by Lachlan Brown, founder of Hack Spirit. There's a clear contrast between habits that set you up for success and those that doom you to failure. They hit snooze. I'd never do that, Grace, because I don't have an alarm. They start the day without a plan. I always have a plan. Do this. They skip breakfast. I'm not hungry in the morning. Got a problem with that? Too fucking bad. They dread their work. Don't work, so can't dread it. They ignore their physical health. I'm okay. They avoid meaningful connections. Not anymore. And they let negativity consume them. They overdo their to-do list. I think this is going to be the last one, Grace. They dwell on their past failures. They lack gratitude. Yeah. On that note, I asked AI to give me guitar riffs. Here's how it went. Sorry, Grace. Just reading, not actually writing or talking. Getting tattoos may significantly increase blood cancer risk. How many people a year die from blood cancer? I don't even have it. I've never even heard of blood cancer. Just saying, Grace. Too many studies, too many wasted time. How to get Tabitha an AI and do it right. Or just stop this fucking linking two things together without enough information or data or anything else. Getting tattoos may significantly increase blood cancer risk. If that was the case, everyone who's ever had a tattoo over all these fucking hundreds of years would have some data. It'd be obvious. Every tattoo artist would have blood cancer, or every guy covered in tattoos would have blood cancer, if there was actually a correlation. Just saying, Grace. Again, I could be wrong. I'm wrong about everything else, so it just seems like they're drawing an incorrect conclusion, but I'll read a little bit to find out. Tattoos have exploded in popularity over the last few decades, with around a third of Americans now sporting at least one permanent ink design. However, a major new study suggests that this wildly popular form of body art could, not will, not even may, but could come with a serious health risk, an increased likelihood of developing malignant lymphoma, a potentially deadly blood cancer. I may have actually heard of that, but never mind. The findings in a nutshell. Swedish researchers found that people with tattoos had a 21% higher risk of being diagnosed with lymphoma compared to those without any ink. 21% higher risk. What does that mean? It means 80% don't have anything. That's what it means. So, at 21% could develop testicular cancer. Who knows? If I can throw anything in there, that number's too low. %, cases reported having a tattoo compared to 18% of controls. Yeah, I'm sorry, that data looks like shit. Then again, I don't really want to be doing this, so I may not have the best attitude to do. But I'm going to end it right now. Unless I can find something interesting. Anything can be edible. How Italians are making a meal of evasive crabs. Insert joke here. I think that's it, Grace. Talk to you tomorrow.